another episode of the program Kitchen Drive on your first agricultural television in the capital city of Abuja, Nigeria. I am your girl, Hilda Homsen Frantoine. We are still on the plateau. This time around, we're in the northern part of plateau. This is Gwete. We're going to make Gwete. Terre. That's how they call it. We call it Gwete. And Gwete can be made out of corn, achar, it is very nutritious. Everybody can take it, and that's one of the best menus that is being served for people who are recuperating from ailments or losing appetite. And I tell you, a lot of pregnant women take it. It gives them the appetite. It's an appetizer, and it can either be cooked with maize, acha itself, or rice. Of course, raw rice. They are milled, they are parboiled rice. And today we're making Gwete, and we'll go on a short break. When we come back, we'll tell you more about Gwete. Gwete that is being eaten by most northern parts of Plateau. Talk about just North, just East, but all of them, they enjoy that. And then everybody, of course, loves Gwete because of the nutritional value added to the meal. I am Hilda Homsen Frantoine, and when we come back, I'll give you the recipe, and of course, I'll drive you down to the kitchen and be the host myself again and enlighten you on this menu. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. I told you that today we are in the northern part of Plateau State, the home of peace and tourism. The Plateau, the beautiful. The people are beautiful. They have beautiful culture, beautiful weather, a tourist. If you want to tour and have a beautiful stay in Nigeria, if you're not in Nigeria, I urge you to be on the plateau. The weather is cool, is chill, with beautiful mountains, valleys, hills, beautiful languages, and of course, beautiful food. This is Gwete, and these are the recipes for Gwete. First, we have the acha itself, which is the main ingredient. So this is acha. Acha is grown like a weed. It's a cereal. It loves swampy area, and it is very rich and beautiful. So this is well washed, and the stone acha. So we can either use acha or we use corn, that is grounded corn, not smooth, not the flour, but just grind it, not very smooth. Or you use rice or anything. I love eating mine with beans, and of course with granuts. This gives it this crispy. When you are eating, you feel you are eating something apart from the protein, as they call it, the encourager. I love this more into my Gwete. So my cooked beans and my raw granite. My protein, of course, is not left out. My goat meat, my fish, crayfish, my pepper, my fresh hot atarugu, my red oil. On the plateau, they can eat it. Some take it without oil, some take it without seasoning, but I have seasoning for mine because of the protein in it. But of course, others take it like that. You can add garden egg, bitter garden egg, and all that. These are just some of the ingredients of Gwete. And here, of course, I have my spinach and rama. Rama is kenneth, the leaf of it, to give it this sour taste to it. And then the spinach to add green and vegetable to it. I have my onions, of course, that will add to the flavor of the meat. So right now we're going to the kitchen to make gwete or tere as it's being called. It's light my glass. Alright. You can fry your ingredients once you've parboiled your meat, but because I love having my meat directly, I love having my meat, having it in the food itself so that it will be there and cook. I like having it fresh, but of course it's okay to parboil and make use of the parboiled meat. It's frozen, so I'm trying to divide it. Then I'll add little water as usual. The way I cook my meat, I add little water to enable my ingredients go into the meat properly. So I'm going to add my onions. I've already cut it. I'll add my seasoning. Because gwete mostly is eaten without seasoning, so I'm just going to put it a little bit just for the purpose of the meat so that it can go into it. So I'm going to cover it for a while as it's cooking. I told you I love cooking my meat with fresh pepper. Fresh pepper helps to give it this fresh spicy taste to my meal. So I'm going to pound it. We call this the atarugu. Good. So I'm going to add it to my meat. I'll stir it. I'll light it for like 10 to 15 minutes so that it will cook properly. Kitchen Drive on ARCN TV. We're making gwete. Gwete is mostly eaten by the central part of Tektu, by the northern part of Plateau, and it's one of the best meals that gives back appetite, because it's an appetizer for people that are just eating, and then those that lose appetite, you can eat take gwete. And gwete is one of the simplest, but of course one of the special dishes too in that part of the world. And you go to an occasion too and you don't find gwete, ask where you are, because you might be in the wrong place. So gwete can be made from acha. You can make from maize, when you get your zime or corn, you grind it, but it shouldn't be smooth as flour form to make swallow or tuwo, but rather you'll make it, you just grind it a little bit where you can have the chewy part of the granite, of the maize rather, or it can be taken or cooked with raw rice. Now raw rice are milled rice that is not parboiled, so the process can be the same, but right now we are making it with acha, and acha is a cereal that is best for diabetes patients, for just name it. It's very good. The starching level is almost zero, so you can eat it. We'll be right back when our meat will boil, and we'll add other ingredients to it. Kitchen Drive on your first agricultural television. Alright, as you can see, it's cooking, and I'll just allow it again to cook more. Then I'll add other proteins to it. Alright, so I told you I love it with protein, but a typical person that loves gwete, a typical local person, our natives will say this is always tough ingredients, because some just make they add water, add the vegetable, a lot of vegetable. You get the spinach, the kernel, garden egg, a lot of vegetables in it. We even have local leaves in the on the farm that they add to it. So all these will say, this is not part of it. So everybody have a way of cooking his own gwete or tere. So but I love mine with little, crayfish to eat. It gives it this taste. When I have my crayfish, I'll just pound it a little bit, not too soft. I recently like crayfish because I don't like seeing the legs flying. But now I've learned to eat it, so I'm going to add a little to my fish. I love pala because it's less in fat, so I'm going to add to it. Then if I'm to pick, I love stockfish. I know people say stockfish does not have any taste. I like it because of the, when you eat it, it's soft. It gives you this sweet taste to it. So I'm going to add my dry fish too now. I'll add my dry fish and the dry fish is already washed. They remove things. I just want to remove the bone. I love it. I love it this form. And I'll come back and add it. I'll add it to my meat that is on the fire, and then of course I'm going to add little water to enable the protein boil very well. Ataragu is one sweet pepper. So you allow this to cook for like 10 to 15 minutes. But when you come back, we'll add more ingredients to it. So I told you we're in part of Plateau State, another part of Plateau State, and they love tere. Tere is one of their native foods. It's made out of acha. We're using acha, or you can either use your corn, grounded corn, or you use your rice, depending on what you want. But right now we are using acha. So we have acha. I add beans. I love beans to my own. I love groundnut. I love proteins in it. We have the kenneth leaf here. We have the spinach too. Have my tomato already blended, fresh tomato to add to it. So what we do is we just added our meat into the pot, allow it to cook with seasoning and onion. Then we just added more of the proteins to the pot. We allow it to cook for 10 to 15 minutes. When we come back, we'll add other ingredients to it. Kitchen Drive on your first agricultural television. Stay tuned and don't go anywhere. Alright, welcome back. Before we went on a short break, I told you that we are making gwete. Gwete is eaten mostly by the northern part of Plateau. They call it tere. And of course, the native one will see all these ingredients as waste of time. They love it natural as it is. Just the acha or the corn itself with a lot of vegetable, kennel, spinach, plantain egg, just name it. But of course, we the young ones, we love sweet things and we love the delicious things. So if you check, the meat that we had here is already cooked. We cooked it. We had our meat, by boiled it with spices. Then we added other ingredients. And I told you that we're going to add more water when the meat is cooked. This I'm doing. And I told you that I love beans in my own gwete. So I'm adding my cooked beans to it. It's optional. And that does not still stop me from adding my groundnut. These ingredients, of course, is optional. I told you we all have different recipes to when you're cooking gwete. So this is mine, and now I'm going to add my red oil. Again, it's optional. A lot of people will not want it, but I love mine because palm oil, apart from the nutritional value, it's add this taste to food. I have my tomato blended. Others want it fresh, but I love mine this form. So I'm going to allow it again to cook and cook for like 10-15 minutes, and we'll come back and see what we can do. Stay. All right, so we are making gwete. Gwete eaten by this northern part of Plateau State, home of peace and tourism, a land blessed with beautiful culture, beautiful weather, beautiful people, and of course, beautiful food. And this episode of the program, we are making gwete utere, as it's being called. So utere, as our recipe is meat, we're using acha. We're not using corn. We call it seki, or the rice, the raw rice, but rather we are making and we're using acha. We had our protein, we allow our protein to cook well with other spices and seasoning to it. We added beans. Beans is an optional recipe. Everything about cooking is your style, as long as you convince people. I love the beans because of the protein nature of it, and it gives this taste, this delicious taste beans gives to gwete when you are taking it. So that's why I added it. So right now, as you can see, it's cooking, it's boiling, and I told you we allow it and added water to cook, to boil for like 10 to 15 minutes. It's already boiling right now. As you can see, everything is well cooked and it's ready to have our acha to eat. But let me have a taste so that I will see if there's need for us to add. There's no need to add anything, except if you want more of you want it to be a little bit spicy, you can add. So you can either add it fresh or you pound it, but I am okay and good to go. So this is the acha I told you. It's already the stone. We washed it, we removed the stone, and we dried it this form. So this is acha, and because it's already washed and I stone it, I'm going to add it to the water. You put it carefully to avoid making it have any form of lump. It will not be cool. So I'm sprinkling it, and you stir it properly. So you can either use this, or use raw rice, or use seki. Seki is made out of corn. Be careful, because it will cook and it becomes thick. Hence, you should watch out and don't over put it. But the advantage of it is that when it's too thick, you can of course loosen it with either your meat stock or water. So after putting it like this, as you can see, I will reduce my fire a little bit. Then I'm going to cover it for 10 minutes. This is gwete, and this is how it's going to do. Very good. The nutritional values, I tell you, is good for all ages. As you're waiting for the gwete to come thick, I told you I love granite. So other people put it like this, but I like to smash it a little bit with my mortar to enable me chew it well. Okay, so I'll just pound it a little bit to enable it to cook well, and I will add it to my gwete that is already cooking. Reason why I'm pounding it is to enable it to cook well. Just tere or gwete, kitchen dry. So we're pounding this. It's okay right now. And I'm going to add it. You see, it's not too soft. I just pound it to enable it cook faster. And I'm going to turn it into the gwete itself. So I have my beans, and I told you you should be careful. As you can see, it's becoming thick. I told you it's going to form and cook more and get thick and thick and thick, except you stir it. And if you don't stir it, it might go down. So you have to stir up. but because I've stirred it very well now, I'm going to allow it cook for like just 5 minutes or 3 minutes for the groundnut and the acha to cook properly. Then I'll add my vegetable to it. Kitchen dry terry made out of acha. Acha is a cereal. If you're not careful, it becomes very thick. So you can see now at this stage, you can see pepper mine like this for people that love it more to be a little bit spicy. So I'm going to add and I added water here, hot water here, so that it will, in case it's too thick, I can just use it to loosen my protein. So always be, watch out so that it will not be too thick and become another menu which they call it couscous. I've added water to it, to loosen it a little bit, so it's better now. So this is just for like 2 minutes and we're good. Terre, meal eating by most northern parts of Plateau State. As you can see, it's not too watery, it's not too thick. I have my hot water here just in case it's thick. You can add it. So I added mine and I think I'm okay with the texture. So this is Gwete au terre, made out of acha with beans and groundnut and protein, as you know, encourages in the food. Then you can make Gwete from corn, as sake, or as rice, raw rice. So I went for one of the series that is acha. Okay, so what we did was we had our protein, cooked it, added ingredients that is onion, pepper, just name them, spicy seasoning. Then we added the acha itself. When it's well cooked and well boiled, you now add either the acha or the corn or the rice, and then when it cooked, you have to be careful with the texture you want. Then I now added my groundnut and my beans. When it was now thick enough, I now put in my vegetable and allowed it to cook for 5 minutes, so that you have the vegetable, fresh. This is my Gwete, as you can see. It's beautiful. I know the kenneth leaf gave it this sour taste, and it's so nice, so nutritional, so this is the sound I love hearing when I'm taking my terry. That groundnut sound when you're eating it, and gives you this joy when you're eating it more and more. You can have Gwete at any time of the day. It's an appetizer. It have no effect whatsoever. For those who are diabetes or patients, can go for acha. For some that are okay, can go for corn and rice. The same method, just the timing, because of course the corn will stay a little bit longer than the acha. Maybe if the acha takes 5 minutes, the corn can take 7 to 8 minutes. So I now enable it to cook properly, and you have this, and you can eat at any time of the day by all ages. It's terre from Plateau State. If you want more of this, why don't you keep on with us next time for another episode of the program Kitchen Drive on your first agricultural television. This is the end product of what we have on our farm, and this goes into our system, and hence it's very important to take good care of yourself, to stay out of trouble. And I tell you, see you next time, and don't miss out. You can follow us on our YouTube account and programs for more of this. Cheers.